Hey everybody, it's TotalGamerJunkie and I'll welcome you all back to my channel. So in today's video, I just wanna, because I've seen the new Star Wars Episode 9 trailer, I've seen the Fallen Jedi trailer, and I've seen the Star Wars Season 7 trailer, which I'm really excited for out of all the three. Now, what do you call it? I wanna go over my thoughts and comments about this. Well, not comments, sorry, my thoughts and, like, theories about this, because basically, what do you call it? Ever since Disney bought the rights to Star Wars, to me personally, it hasn't been as good as Legends, and to me, Legends will always be canon. Now, I did enjoy Star Wars Rebels. I won't lie. I very much enjoyed that until the time travel business got involved, and it's just like another sci-fi. Like, god damn it. Like, and then there was that business of Episode 8. There was some bits I liked about it, but ultimately it fell flat. And then they made that animated series Star Wars Resistance, and that is just god awful. And and to top it all off, there was those new games coming out. There was a new Star Wars game coming out. I don't know what it was called, but it was by Visceral Games, and it got cancelled. And speaking of games, look at the Battlefield games. They're really just like cash grab money cow things. But we'll get to that in a minute. But first of all, I want to talk about the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. Now let's talk about that name, the Rise of Skywalker. Now, I've seen a lot of theories about this. Like, one of them I do believe is like, because I remember Ryan Johnson is saying he's okay with the Last Jedi being retconned. And how can the Last Jedi be retconned? Simple, with time travel that was introduced in Star Wars Rebels. Now, another theory for the Rise of Skywalker could be Rey as a Skywalker. Now, that to me would be a little weird because of like how she and Kylo Ren interacted in Episode 7 and 8, kind of like this romance thing going on. It's like, but you know, keep it in the family, as they say. Christ, don't, they better not keep it in the family. But anyways, really, like this scene here, for me, I don't think I don't think Kylo Ren's coming after her. I think maybe that's Finn or Poe driving a ship towards her, and she's like training. She's ready. She's mastering like her reflexes. You know, training them up so she can do what she has to for the final battle. And we got to see Billy Bob Thornton, I think his name is, or I think that's his name, Billy Bob Thornton. The guy, here he is playing Lando Calrissian. It's great to see him again, and like honestly, I've heard rumors too that Hayden Christensen is going to be coming back to portray his role of Anakin, and honestly, you know, how he comes back, that again could be used as time travel, the same as the Emperor is going to come back. But another theory, like for plausible one for me, and I'm okay with, is if we see the Emperor come back and Anakin come back as Force Ghosts. Now, I guess the problem with Force Ghosts now is in the Legends, in the original canon, who, if it didn't matter if you were light side or dark side, you could come back as a Force Ghost. That was the, if you mastered the Force, then you could come back as a Force Ghost. But with Disney's canon now, only Jedi come back as Force Ghosts. So we can basically scratch out Palpatine coming back as a Force Ghost. Another thing could be like, if you remember in Episode 7 when Rey touches Anakin's lightsaber, she has those visions. That could happen. That could actually, we could see something like that. She could look into the past and she'll be able to see Anakin and Obi-Wan and all that. And another theory, which I really don't want to see come true, is Rey discovers that Hall of Memory things that Ezra did. Because there are many pathways, there are many ways to enter that place apparently. And yeah, if she was able to go in there, she'd be able to rewrite history, and that's just, oh my god. It's like, look at what's his name? George Lucas. Now, there was some backlash with Episode 1, 2, and 3. Like, I honestly, out of the 3 movies, from best to worst, in my opinion, was 3, 1, then 2. Now, what happened when those movies were badly received? Did he go back? Did he create time travel? No, he kept moving forward. But that's not what Disney's trying to do. They're trying to move back. They're trying to fix everything, and that's what that with time travel, and that's what I really hate. They've just turned it into another sci-fi. You know, it's just bullshit, really. And like for Disney saying that they care about the Star Wars legacy, that is bullcrap. Okay, Star Wars is nothing more than a cash cow for them. All right, and what do you call it? Just like the games, which I want to talk about now. Now I gotta be honest. When I found out, like when they released that leaked trailer for Star Wars, the Fallen Order, I was skeptical because let's face it, it's published by EA, and as you know, EA did Battlefront 1 and 2, and honestly, let's face it, there hasn't really been a great Star Wars game since, like, let me give you a few examples. The Knights of the Old Republic series, the online MMORPG, which I play that from time to time. Like, I play like an hour's worth every week or two. Because, you know, I like to play as a bunch of characters. And what's great about that MMORPG is that the stories, right, they're all connected. Like, even like, what do you call it, when you play as a Sith, a Jedi, and whether you choose to be a Jedi Sentinel or a Jedi Guardian and that, they each have their own storyline. And sometimes your characters will come in contact with other characters. And it's interesting to see how those interactions are from what do you call it? It's interesting to see. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. Like, let me give you an example. One of the Jedi has an apprentice as a Sith, basically. And you can actually, when you're playing as a Sith character, you can turn her to the dark side because she has this ability to see whoever is if they have good intentions or hate, and like if they're good or evil or something like that. It's been a while since I've played it. I gotta play that profile. I gotta get on it again. But basically, you can actually meet her again later on as you can meet her in a different role as well as a Jedi, and for me that's very interesting. And yeah, I'd like to see that concept like brought to more Star Wars games that are coming out, because also other good combat games like Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy 3. Now that was great. Like, one of my favorite things in story mode was using the cheat codes, and I summoned in like a dozen Lukes and a dozen Kyle Katans, and I was just fighting them all. And even though I died, it was still fun as hell, just like fighting them all. I know there's like a battle game thing that people can play online, where it's like you had there was one I saw where Anakin was versing a bunch of younglings. It was on Star Dash's channel, or Dash Star, whatever he's called, or Dash, like, I don't know. But anyways, like, when EA's got the license, they don't even care. They need to give the license to someone that gives a damn about Star Wars, like Lucasfilm. Like, Disney's not even letting Lucasfilm come back to make Star Wars games, and they've made great Star Wars games, as I was telling you. But enough about that. Let's talk about this game. So it's a single player combat focused game, right? And you play as a guy named Cal Kestis, who's voiced by Cameron Monaghan. Monaghan, I think that's how you pronounce it. He plays Jerome and the twin in Gotham, and he's not Joker. Well, he doesn't play Joker at all. They're just characters who are Joker prototypes for the real thing that's coming along, you know? Anyways, I'm just reading this here. A Jedi in training who managed to escape Order 66, who is now on the run and working to keep his identity as a Force-sensitive secret from a group of Purge troopers, elite stormtroopers specifically trained to fight Jedi who are on the hunt for him. While Cal is initially able to fly under the rising Emperor's radar by keeping a low profile on the planet Bracca, when he accidentally exposes himself as a being able to wield the Force, he becomes the target of one of the Emperor's most lethal killers, the second sister. And that's I'm actually, like, I do enjoy the sisters, what Disney added, like, because I'm pretty sure the brothers and sisters weren't in the original canon, because I haven't really read much of the Darth Vader's novels and that, so I wouldn't really know. But yeah, I would very much love to see this, how this plays out, because let's face it, one of the best stories in my opinion was Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Now I know two is it wasn't as good as the first one, but the first one was undoubtedly great. Had a great storyline. You play as Vader's secret apprentice. It was just amazing. So it says, while Cal shows off a variety of Force abilities, suggesting that he was rather far along in his studies of the Force, the game's development team teaser that the lightsaber seen in the trailer might not be his, and over the course of the story, it's going to change and evolve. So basically that means like he can upgrade his lightsaber, I assume he can change it in that. Yeah, I'm willing to give this a chance. I am willing to give them a chance, okay? Because just like I'm willing to the the Rise of Skywalker movie a chance, like I'm not saying I'm going to forgive Disney for all the shit they've done, because not only I understand them wanting to like make their own movies going forward, but they completely destroyed most of the material that predates the Skywalker saga, and that to me is just bullshit. And then there's just they're making this own trilogy with Revan and that, and it's like the only thing left of Legends that's still going on is the Star Wars MMORPG. That's the only thing, and I swear to God, if Disney screws with that, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. I'm telling you right now, people. Like, I'll just fucking send the hate. Now, moving on, I want to talk about one of the highlights of this video, the Star Wars Season 7 trailer. Now, like, what this tells me, the trailer is basically, because when Disney bought the rights, this show got cancelled. And since Disney's made such a mess of the Star Wars series, they're trying to earn back fans' trust in that again, and loyalty, and you know what I mean? And so by bringing back this series, they're able to do that. Because, like, to me, honestly, even though they're bringing this back, like, most of this season was already done. They showed hints in that. I remember, one of the, deleted, not deleted, one of the unfinished works was you had Boba Fett, and he was with Cad Bane, you know, the blue guy, the notorious bounty hunter. And the two of them were having a standoff, a draw, you know, like in Red Dead Redemption. And they both pull out their blasters at the same time, and they shoot each other. And Cad Bane dies, but Boba survives. And there are actually a few other things that was meant to be just shown in it as well. We would have seen how Ahsoka became a Padawan. She met Plo Koon, and like she thought he was a monster, and he ended up adopting her into the Jedi Order, basically. Well, not like adopting, but like it's like because Dave Filoni was mentioning this. This isn't stuff I'm coming up with on the spot. I'm serious. This is actually what happened. Another thing is, like, since most of this season was already done, what do you call it, they were able to finish this off, and, I believe there was meant to be 8 seasons, but I think they might finish with Season 7, because Dave Filoni, actually explained how it was going to end, and so basically, at the end of the trailer, you notice that Ahsoka is fighting Darth Maul, and she even has the blue lightsabers from Rebels. Now, what's happening is Dave Filoni said, he said Ahsoka manages to capture Darth Maul with Rex's and the other troopers' help. After that happens, Anakin and Obi-Wan receive a call that Chancellor Palpatine has been captured by Dooku. And so that immediately kicks off Episode 3. Now, personally, I would love for there to be Season 8, but, you know, I'm okay if this Season 7 wraps up all those things that Dave Filoni said, you know? As long as the series finishes with 1 or 2 seasons, I'm good with that. And honestly, you know, if you want me to have the episodes, put them on my YouTube channel, like, I'll get in trouble, alright? I admit that, but, like, I guess, like, I've seen other people do videos, they react to them, like, you got The Blind Way for one. They have TV shows on their channel, and did they get in trouble? Like, I've seen, like, at least 2 or 3 of their videos have been taken off, but they're good, basically. Their videos, like, of Rick and Morty, and of Dragon Ball Super, they're still up there, basically. And, yeah, if you people want me to, react to the Star Wars, the Clone Wars series season 7 online, you let me know. You let me know and I'll do it. Now, speaking of Ahsoka, I do believe the first episode, you're seeing this clip right here, I do believe the first episode is going to kick off with her, and we're going to have at least a few episodes with her. And I remember Dave Filoni saying that she'll meet this boy down here in the slums who will take a liking to her, and maybe she takes a liking to him, I believe. This was like 2-3 years ago. I can't remember the exact details, but I think that's the gist of it. So anyways, what I would love personally for Star Wars, I'd love a Star Wars game, because I actually have the Ahsoka, I have the Ahsoka book, okay, the Ahsoka novel. I've read bits of it. Like I'm over page 100. I don't remember what, but I'd love to play as Ahsoka during it in a game. Now that would be incredible, or at least maybe like what do you call it? Play as Ahsoka during like what happens after Order 66, but before the events of the book. That would be pretty good in my opinion, seeing how she has to run away and all that and be in hiding. Another good thing I'd like to see is what happens to her after Rebels, because if you remember, her and she actually survived Order 66, and she was on Lothal, and her and Sabine, I believe they go to track Ezra down in the Outer Rim system. I think it is, and I don't know if that system has the Outer Rim system being explored, because they make it like this mystery in that, and I don't know if it is or not. But what I do know is in Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMORPG, they're actually they're adding new aliens to the galaxy in that, and so maybe those new aliens will be part of what lies in the Outer Rim or something. I don't know if it's the Outer Rims, don't quote me on this, but there's like another galaxy out there that hasn't been explored, basically. So yeah, I think it'd be really good if we were to play as Ahsoka. I mean, maybe we could switch between Ahsoka and Sabine from time to time, you know, each have their own missions, do that type of thing. Of course, Disney won't do that. They like to screw with us. They like to give us what they want to make rather than what the fans want. But, you know, like, honestly, it's a moot point at this point, because, like, does Disney ever listen to their fans? No. No, they do not. So, anyways, like, that's really all I want to talk about. Like, let me know what your favorite Star Wars games are in the comments below, and whether you think Rise of Skywalker and Jedi Fallen Order are going to be any good, because I know Season 7 is going to be good, like, undoubtedly. And basically, to me, Season 7, even though that's like Disney's canon now, it was made before Disney bought the rights, so technically, in my opinion, it counts as Legends. Like, it's both canon and Legends, but like they split off in different branches, if you know what I mean. So anyways, that's all I have to say about this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.